recorded.
All right, Shalom Aleichem.
Shalom.
And we're going to share something this morning. And because of a few that are not here, for the sake of especially someone that should be here without on an errand, we're going to record this. We might share it with the world. I'm not sure yet. The world has been so deceiving, so evil and wicked for the past 6,027 years. But we still have people that's in the world that must come out of the world. And because of that, because they will not come out of the world, they refuse to come out of the world, they're going to be destroyed with the world. This is the end. For the sake of the recording, I'm going to just remind you what today is, the day and date on both calendars. The first calendar is the solar calendar. Solar, ruled by the sun, governor ruled by the sun. And for that calendar, according to that calendar, the day is the 19th day of the 5th month, 19th day, the 19th day of the 5th month. It is also day 6 for us, sundown until sundown. Well, actually, it's day 5 until sundown. And it's because of that calendar. That calendar, the year, by the way, is 6,027 of our solar year, 6,027. So again, that's the 19th day of the 5th month, not to be confused with May 19th of their calendar. This is not May 19th of their calendar. This is the 5th month and the 19th day of our solar calendar, and our solar year, 6,027. Now, their calendar is recognized as Friday, July 26th. I'm sure that's correct. Is that right?
That's right.
Friday, July 26th, 2024 of the Gregorian calendar. That's Pope Gregory's calendar. Pope Gregorian, Julius Augustus, that's their calendar. The Julian calendar, the Saint Augustus calendar, the Pope Gregory the 13th calendar. Again, that's Friday, July 26th, 2024, and the summer, according to the almanac. Very hot. This is prophesied, just as I said it would be. However, that day that is going to burn as an oven hadn't come yet, but it's hot. The other day, this past weekend of that calendar, it was recorded and stated that it was the hottest day ever on the planet that they call Earth. Last Sunday to Monday was the hottest day ever recorded and ever on this planet. And that was just a warm-up. I speak the truth. That was just a warm-up. I'm warning you. So now that we have established what time it is, day and time, of course, on their calendar, it's known as the 5th day of their calendar, the 5th day of the week, Friday. But to us, it's the 6th day going to the 6th day of the week. At sundown will be the 6th day of the week for us until sundown tomorrow, which will be the 7th day, sundown Saturday. To sundown Sunday is our Sabbath day that rotates. And that will go on until the end of this year, our year, which would be recognized by that calendar as March of next year, 2025. So around March 11th would be our beginning of another year, another cycle of our solar year, 360 degrees. Each one of our months have 30 days. We have 12 months of 30 days. That's 360. Exactly. A complete and a perfect cycle. Just for the record. And the reason why I'm making emphasis on this particular date and time is what I'm about to reveal. That has never been revealed before. So I want this to be on record. as I said earlier, a few that are not here that should get this. And for their sake, I'm recording it. So now that we have established the time and the date, let me remind you of something else that's affiliated with time and date or what's going on today. In fact, my father, Hebrew, father English, he reminded me of something that I'm going to remind you of, all of those on the planet, all of those who may be able to see this recording. Moreover, the word of the Lord came unto me today, saying, also, thou son of man, thus saith the Lord God unto the land of Israel and all this planet, an end. The end is come upon the four corners of the land. The end. An end. The end is come upon the four corners of the land. Now is the end come upon thee, and I will send mine anger upon thee, and will judge thee according to thy ways, and will recompense upon thee all thine abominations. And mine eye shall not spare thee, neither will I have pity, but I will recompense thy ways upon thee, and thine abominations shall be in the midst of thee. And ye shall know that I am the Lord. Thus saith the Lord God, and evil, and only evil, behold, is come. And end is come. The end is come. It watcheth for thee. Behold, it is come. It is come. The morning is coming to thee, O thou that dwellest in the land. The time is come. The day of trouble is near, and not the sounding again of the mountains. Now will I shortly pour out my fury upon thee, and accomplish mine anger upon thee, and I will judge thee according to thy ways, and will recompense thee for all thine abominations. And mine eye shall not spare, neither will I have pity. I will recompense thee according to the ways, according to thy ways, the ways of the heathen, and according to thy ways, Yehuda, Jacob, Israel, and thine abominations that are in the midst of thee. And ye shall know that I am the Lord that smiteth. Behold, it is come. The morning is come, and the morning is gone. The morning is going forth. The rod hath blossomed. Pride hath budded. Violence is risen upon thee in this land, upon my own people, amongst my own people. I said, violence is risen up into a rod of wickedness. None of them shall remain, none, nor of them that sinneth shall remain, nor of their multitude, nor of any of theirs, neither shall there be wailing for them, or weeping for them. Why? Because the time has come. The day draweth near. Let not the buyer rejoice of those in the commodities. I said, let not the buyers rejoice because of what they think they're making in this economy against the shoppers. Let not them rejoice. nor the seller mourn, for wrath is upon all the multitude thereof, upon all of them. For the seller shall not return to that which is sold, although they were yet alive. For the vision is touching the whole multitude thereof, which shall not return, neither shall any strengthen himself in the iniquity of his life. They have blown the trumpet, even on Capitol Hill, even to make all ready, but none goeth to the battle. For my wrath is upon all the multitude thereof, of this land and on this planet. The sword is without, and the pestilence and the famine within. He that is in the field shall die with the sword. And he that is in the city, famine and pestilence shall devour them. But they that escape of them shall escape, and shall be on the mountains like doves of the valleys. Of all them mourning, all of them mourning, every one for his iniquity. All hands shall be feeble, and all knees shall be weak as water. They shall also gird themselves with sackcloth, and horror shall cover them, and shame shall be upon all faces, with baldness and baldness upon all their heads. They shall carry silver in the streets like money, and their gold shall be removed, and their silver and their gold shall not be able to desire them any more, neither will it be able to deliver them. In the day of the wrath of the Lord, they shall not satisfy, neither will they satisfy their souls, neither fill their bowels with food and drink. Why? Because it is a stumbling block. It is the stumbling block of their iniquity. And as for the beauty of his ornament, he set it in majesty, but they made the images, the abominations, the crosses, the cows, the photographs of the European devils, white people, and black people, and dark-skinned people, and all the gods that were made by mankind. They made the images of all of them abominations, and the detestable things therein. Therefore have I set it far from them, and I will give it into the hands of the strangers for a prey, and to the wicked of the earth for a spoil, and they shall pollute. My face will I turn also from them, and they shall pollute my secret place. For the robbers shall into it and defile it. Make a chain. Make a chain for the land. Make a chain for the land is full of bloody crimes, and the city is full of violence. Wherefore I will bring the worst of the heathen, and they shall possess their houses. And I will also make the pomp. I'll make the pomp of the strong to cease, and all their holy places shall be defiled. Destruction cometh. I say destruction cometh, and they shall seek peace, and there shall be none. There shall be no shalom. Mischief shall come upon mischief. I said mischief shall come upon mischief, and rumor shall be upon rumor. Then shall they seek a vision of the prophet, but the law shall perish from the priest, and counsel from the ancients. The king shall mourn, the presidents, the rulers, the dictators, all shall mourn, and the prince shall be clothed in desolation, with desolation, and desolation. And the hands of the people of the land shall be troubled. I will do upon them after their way, and according to their deserts that they make for food and pleasure after eating. even the deserts that they inhabited and they are inhabiting, will I make trouble for them. I will do upon them after their way. I will judge them. I will judge them in the desert. I will judge the deserts. And I will judge their desertions. And I will judge them, and they shall know that I am the Lord. They shall know that. I just quoted from the book called Ezekiel in your King James Version Holy Bible, chapter 7, the whole chapter 7. The seventh thunder. Seven thunders uttered his voice. That was Ezekiel chapter 7. The end is here. And that has never been revealed before. Speaking of the King James Version Holy Bible, if you'd like to follow me, grab one. Grab your King James Version Holy Bible, 1611 edition. And grab a strong concordance. You're going to need it in a few moments. And grab something to write with. Grab a notepad. Something to write on. Grab it. Take notes. Why? Because you need to make a mess. You need to make a mess. And you're not making a mess. Why? Because you're trash. You need to make trash. You need to make a trash. You need to take out the garbage. And you need the essence. You need the essence of life. A few moments ago, I shared with somebody here with me in Miami, Florida. That's why I'm in Miami right now, Miami, Florida, United States. Small suburb that's known as Brownsville. And there are a few here that are with me, and they were working. They still are working, and I told them three things. I said, I have good news, bad news, and I have better news, good news. The job that they're doing is fabulous. They're doing a wonderful job. And I told them that. I said, you're doing a good job. In fact, it's a wonderful job. That's the good news. Now, the bad news is you're making a mess. That's M-E-S-S. M-E-S-S, from left to right. From left to right. M-E-S-S. You're making a mess. And there was a certain look on their faces like, wow. You just told us that we're doing a good job. Now we're making a mess. I also ended that with, well, I have some good news with that. So now that I've shared with them and told them they're doing a good job and at the same time they're making a mess, let me give them the good news and I'll share it with you. It's on recording. I want to record this. There's a mystery to that. So here's the mystery. The mystery is my people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge, according to Hosea chapter 4, verse 6. Why? Because they rejected knowledge. Seeing that thou hast forgotten the law, then I will also forget thy children. And you most definitely cannot be a priest to me. What's the law? What was the law that you forgot? The law is you should not let this book meditate. You should meditate therein day and night. What book? The Bible. The Biblia, Greek. The scrolls. But you cannot get a hold of the scrolls right now. They fell into the hands of pirates, theological pirates and thieves and robbers. Transliterated our scrolls of Hebraic, and transformed them into different languages on the planet, different idioms. Judah was taken captive and placed in bondage over 469 years ago. First Negro slave was sold here in the United States in 1555 in an auction, St. Augustine, Florida. In 1555, that's the 16th century. And those slaves that were sold in the beginning, they spoke fluent Hebrew. The law is you should not forget your culture. You should not forget your heritage. You should not forget your own idiom. You should not forget your land, your God. You should not forget yourselves. You should not forget your names. But you did. You fell into the hand of the Queen of England and the King of England throughout the centuries. You have adopted a bastard language known as English. The men of Ing, the people of Ing, E-N-G. You adopted their language, and because of that, you destroyed the knowledge of yourselves. I was told, as you heard earlier from Ezekiel chapter 7, that the word came also unto me. Son of man, my Arb told me to tell you, and I'm telling you, that you must come out of her. You must come out of her evil and wicked ways. You must do that. You must come out of her so you can make a mess. You must make a mess, and you must become trash. Judah, you must make a mess, you must become trash so you can take out the garbage. You are the garbage. You are the garbage. And they want you to know that. You're not the dunghill. You're not dung. You're trash. You are a mess. You're supposed to be making a mess to me. I'm supposed to be your mess. But you're not making a mess to me. You're making a mess to the devil. Speaking his language. Speaking your slave master's language. I warned you in 2012. I warned you 12 years ago that you were making a mess, but you didn't hear me. In 2012, I wrote this book. I wrote this book, and I had this book published, and a few people on the planet, they have this book. Photos on the back. This book is titled The Oppositionist. Take a good look at the cover. It's the book. Take a good look at the cover. This cover shows a map of the planet. A few countries of the planet they call Earth. Take a good look. It's upside down. Now it's right side up. That's a mess. This is the first part of the mess. Don't you see it? Now now one of these is upside down. Either the wording is upside down. The wording in English is upside down. Either the wording is upside down or the planet is upside down. It can't be both. Why? Because you're living in both. You're living in both the planet and the wording upside down. That's why you don't realize that you're making a mess. You should be making a mess. You should be making a mess, and yet you're not. You're making what you think is good. You're making good to them without the other O, which is a circle. One of the O's is missing. Ascendant. So now you're making them your God, G-O-D. You went from G-O-O-D in 1554 to G-O-D in 1555. You made the white man master your God. You're using his language. Let me give you a perfect example. I said you're making a mess. Now, you know mess is not in the Bible. Not the King James Version. Can't be in the Bible. This is a concordance. I'm going to ask you to make a mess for me. I'm going to ask you to make a mess. As you who are with me and you who are watching the video recording, grab hold of your ink pen, your writing utensil, and write down MESS on your paper. Write down MESS on your paper. Should be simple. You went to school for it. You went to school and you pleaded them. You pleased them, opposed to pleasing yourselves. You wrote MESS. MESS from left to right. MESS. From left to right. MESS. You made a mess. Now let's see. Type it in the. See if you. It's not going to be in the Bible. So you think it's in the Bible. They made a mess. What did you make? You typed it? Okay, I'm going to go with you. Click on it and see if you made a mess. How many times? Maybe twice. You know, a mess is not in the Bible. That's because you wasn't taught. You wasn't taught messes in the Bible. And if I'm not mistaken, the only place you would find MESS twice is in the Old Testament. Why? Because the white folks refused to make a mess. Your slave master refused to make a mess. So they gave you the E. They gave you the E from the East. They took you from the E of the East and made you a slave with the S. And they took you, at the same time, they took you from me. They took you from M-E, me, made you a slave with the S. Where? In the South. Did you hear me? They took you from M-E, me, made you a slave and placed you in the South. Each letter is composing a word. Each word is scientifically composed of letters. Each letter is a word. MESS. You think it's a mess. It is. You should have made a mess, and you did not make a mess. You're making ruins. You're making dunghills. You have MESS, but one meaning on the H4864. Click on it. See Mem? You should be making an uprising, an utterance. And yet you have become a burden of your portion. You should be uplifted the Son. You should be uplifted the Son of God, making a mess. That which rises. You should want a signal. I'm giving you a signal. I'm raising you as I'm rising you from the dead. You should be making a mess. At the same time, in the back, as you were working, you're making a mess. You're rising. You're uplifting. You are uttering your voices. You're making an oracle of decree to correct a situation. It's your portion as you present yourselves of making this mess, which will become a gift to your God. You are a gift to your God. You are a mess. You are making a mess. Why? Because you are a gift to me, and you must do your contribution. You're making a mess. You're putting in your part, your portion of the contribution that you're working with in the back. You're making a mess. You're making a mess, and you're also offering yourselves and your labor to your God. You're making an offering. You're making a mess. And on top of all of that is a tribute. Come out of her, my people. You're making a mess. You should be making a mess. Why? Because it's upside down. You think you're making a mess in the kitchen, in the bathroom, in the house. You thought you made a mess in your bedroom. And your mama come in and say, clean up this mess, boy. Clean up this mess, girl. And you right away, you get the what you thought was the best, and yet you're taking away your own tribute. You're taking away your own rising. You're taking away your own uplifting. You're taking away the signal that you should have given and making to your own God. You're taking away the oracle as a Hebrew child of God. You're cleaning up your present. You should be making a mess. You should be making your portion. That's just the offspring of the mess, of the masa. That's just the offspring of the Masai. The Masai. And what comes after M? N of the etymology, the Nasa. So what's the Nasa? Nun, Sin, Aleph. From right to left. Nun, Sin, Aleph. Which is what? To lift up and to bear up. You should carry and take up. You should be making a mess. You should lift oneself up. Who? The son. Why? While you were carried off captive? Be carried off in slavery. Be swept away in a flood of exhaustion. You should be making a mess to desire. You should be desiring to make yourself exalted. You should be bare continuously. You should be bearing, rejoicing continuously in the Lord, and to cause to bring yourselves back from the dead, to lift oneself up. You're making a mess. You should be making a mess. Absolute and relative. You should want to be accepted. Where it says that in the Strong's definitions, Nasa. You should have a desire. You should be making a mess. You should be honorable. You should be an honorable man, an honorable woman making a mess. You should stir up and you should take away all the iniquity that's in your souls that you committed for 49 years. You should be making a mess. You have to come out of the oppositionist. You should be coming out of the oppositionist. You should be making a mess. Don't clean it up. Mess it up. Mess it up. See, uprising. You should be messing up. Lift oneself up. Mess up. Only the Christ in the last days can come back and tell you that. Only the Christ will come back to destroy death. Because if you don't make a mess, you're going to die. And only the Christ can tell you that. Why? Because it's the oppositionist. Only the Christ can come back and tell you that they made a mess of sin. They made a mess of sin and took away the H that gave you hell. They took away the H of Shem and gave you sin from right to left, that you make a mess from left to right. What? Yes. I'm not asking nobody to believe who I am. I can care less if you believe it or not. You have mess up there? Read the scripture where it's found. In Genesis, what he took. How about all of you making messes? Go back to your search box. Add the rest of y'all. Add the rest of all of the sons of the East. You're the sons of the East. You have the search box. You have MBS. Now go back to the East and add the sons. But that means what? Add the ES. See if it don't take you to the same book called Genesis in chapter 43. One time. How could you make one mess if you don't make messes? Did it? Yeah. One time in the Bible. You just can't make one mess. You got to make more than one mess. It becomes messes. Huh? You got messes. The same meaning.
Yeah.
No different a meaning. Read that. Read Benjamin did. What happened to Benjamin?
And he took and sent messes unto them from before him. But Benjamin's mess was 5 times so much as any of theirs.
If I had not revealed it to you, you'd think Benjamin made a bad mess. He made a mess 5 times worse than they made a mess. Well, yet Benjamin's mess was 5 times better than their mess. I mean, he was uplifted 5 times more than they were lifted up. And then he contributed too. And then what he presented, what they presented, he presented 5 times more. He became 5 times more loved by Yaakov. Who? Benjamin, the baby boy. Not Benjamin Netanyahu. He's making a mess of his own. He's making his own mess. The Hebrew, Benjamin. Benjamin. Messes, 5 times more messes than anybody else during that time. Read it over again.
And he took and sent messes unto them from before him. But Benjamin's mess was 5 times so much as any of theirs.
25 messes. And what else?
And they drank.
Wait, they gonna make a mess and they drank? That means they didn't make a mess while they were drinking. They didn't spill nothing what you thought was a mess. Even if they spilled all over the floor, it wasn't a mess. It was messes. And what else?
And were merry with him.
I mean, how you gonna make a mess and all of a sudden you become married because you made a mess? Merry Christ mess. I said, Merry Christ mess to all, and to all a good night. The oppositionists. Go back and take out the ES. Those are the sons from the east, and just go with mess, so you can read what happened in 2 Samuel. What happened in 2 Samuel with his mess? 2 Samuel had a mess too. What happened with 2 Samuel's mess with David, with Dowd? See, Uriah David. Uriah David made a mess. He's not here any longer. But David and Uriah is here. What did Dowd say to Uriah?
And David said to Uriah,
What?
Go down to thy house.
And do what?
And wash thy feet.
And?
Uriah departed out of the king's house.
And what happened?
And there followed him a mess of meat from the king.
Good gracious. He made a mess of himself. A mess of meat from the king. Come out of her, my people, that you be not partakers of her sins, and receive not of her plagues, from Revelation chapter 18, verse 4. You need to make a mess. You're not making a mess. How you make a mess? All you see is mess. That's all you know. Mess. And you would be the mess. See, you would be the mess. See, without the M, go back to the search box. You got messes. Put messes back there. You got messes in the search box. Without me, you would be nothing. Without me, you would be what? What will you be without the M? Huh? I mean, if you put an A there. No, really. You have MESSES. Take away the M and take away the E and put A there. What you have? Asses. Why are you now asses? Click on that and see if you got asses. Is asses going to take you any place in the Bible? You mean there are a lot of asses in the Bible? 64 of them. And what chapter was that with Benjamin in Genesis?
That was 43.
43. Okay, we'll go to chapter 43 and read verse 18.
And the men were afraid.
Why?
Because they were brought into Joseph's house. And they said, because of the money that was returned at our sacks at the first time are we brought in, that he may seek occasion against us and fall upon us and take us for bondmen and our asses.
What? And that's in Genesis chapter 43. And what verse is that?
18.
18. You got to go all the way down to 34 to find out what kind of to get away from the asses and become a messes. Isn't that right?
Yeah.
Well, click on asses and see what asses is. And because you got different meanings of asses. What is it in Genesis chapter 43, under 25:43? A he ass. To be reddened under the etymology of 2560, H2560. To be reddened, to be troubled. Opposed to making messes, you become an asses, you become troubled. You become asses. Isn't that right?
Yeah.
But when you look at H860, see, not only are the men going to get away, the women not going to get away either. The women not going to get away. Go to H860 so you can see the women are asses too. So you got the he asses and the she asses. When you should be making a mess.
Yeah.
I mean, asses are all over the place. All in the Bible, there's a bunch of asses. Why? You out without me. Without me, you become asses. You think I'm making this up? Go back to your search box and take away the A. Put back in the E. That's without the E. That's without the M. Now you just left with the E. What's the E for? Well, the E is what you should be. You should be with me. See, without the M, it's just the E. Right? You can't be with me without the M. That you should be. You should be with me with the M in the East. That's where you should be. Click on it and see if it's not true. Click on that and see if it takes you anywhere. You know it can't take you no place. No such thing. No such thing as ESSES. Not in English. Huh? Oh, you can't be with me speaking Spanish. You can't be with me Latin. There is no Jesus. There is no Jesus or Jesus. There is no Jesus. Not without me. You should be with me. You speak Latin? You're supposed to be speaking Hebrew. You have ESSES, don't you? It took you to Latin. You can't read it. You don't know it. Well, you should be with me. So since you cannot read Latin, what does ESSES mean? Now you got to go to the translate box. I left one up there. Go to it and see if you don't should be. You should be with me. You got Latin. You got the translate. You got the box. Go to translate. You got translate. That's fine. Now you got Latin. We'll type in ESSES and see if you shouldn't be with me. You should be with me. Huh? You say something? Somebody say something?
You would be.
Huh?
Would be.
You would be. If without the M, you would be making a mess with me. And not an S, not an ass without me. Huh?
Yeah.
You would be. Is that what it says? You would be. What? A mess? Is that what it's saying? You would be what? I wonder what you would be. I mean, you forgot your name. You forgot your name. You think your name is Johnson. You think your name, and I'm speaking the truth because we all went through the public schools. I came out before. I thought I graduated, but I was granulated. I was granulated.
Oh.
And it's funny how last night I had a vision of an old classmate. And they're right down the street from where I grew up in Miami, Alabama. And I will not lie to you. Why? I am the spirit of truth. I will not lie. At one time, I wanted to make her my girlfriend. We was in 6th grade. And she was beautiful. Her name was Pamela Green. Pamela Green. You forgot your name. Why? Because you're making a mess. You're making a wrong mess. They took the H away from S-H-E-N, S-H-E-M, and left you in hell with he. And you forgot her name. She thought her name and the family for their name was Green. Her name was Pamela Green. Truly. Now, guess what her best friend was? And she was also a friend of mine, lived right around the corner from her. Well, from me, down the street from Pamela Green. But her best friend lived around the corner from me in the same neighborhood. Her name was Sandra Blue. It still is. My odds were that they're still alive today. Pamela Green was Sandra Blue's best friend. It was Sandra Blue and Pamela Green, always walking like that in the hallway. And there was one girl who couldn't stand both of them. She just couldn't stand them. Her name was Gwendolyn Black. Okay. Really? If they see this video, they know what I'm talking. Gwendolyn Black. You have Sandra Blue, Pamela Green, and Gwendolyn Black couldn't stand them. I'm not going to speak of Shirley Brown. She was also one of our classmates, Shirley Brown. So now we have Pamela Green, Sandra Blue, best friend, couldn't stand. I mean, Gwendolyn Black couldn't stand them, and Shirley Brown was right in the crowd. And you know who stayed by herself? Sylvia Gray. Sylvia Gray was light complexion skin, nice dude. Sylvia Gray. I'm not making this up. Really? And then we had someone in our band. He was a drummer. His name was Ralph White. Yeah, Ralph White, Pamela Green, Sandra Blue, Gwendolyn Black, Shirley Brown, and Sylvia Gray. Name. That's their name. The only thing we couldn't do was go to the white schools because I'm sure they had someone in there at least named John Orange. It had to be a John Orange someplace who blew the trumpet in the band. John Orange Trumpet. He might have been the president of the league team, whatever. Forgot the name. Why? They took out the H. Made you a mess. You can't put it together, can you? I got to put this together for you. Okay, let's put this together. Let's put this together because you think I'm making this up. They took out the H, put you in hell, and left you with SEM, but they got you backwards. So you're going backwards. You read the language from left to right when you should be reading from right to left. Now go back to your search box. Go back to your search box. I'm going to go with you. I'm not going to let you do nothing I'm not going to do. In fact, before you do that, though, Go to your search box and put "you would be." Didn't it say you would be? Okay. Go to "you would be." Type that in. You got it? Click it and see if you would be someplace. What would you be? You would be. Read it. Deuteronomy 28:56.
Mhm.
So this is what you would be. And this is the curse. This is Deuteronomy 28. This is the curse because you would be. Wow, you made a mess. You made a mess without me. You became Esses. You became Esses for the Latin, the Spanish slaves. Spain came and got you too. Took you to Cuba, Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic. I have my people of Yehuda in Cuba right now. So they can. You go speak to them. Go ask them. You have anything to drink? Would you like something to drink? Go ask them. Come on, yo, me don't speak English. And darker than you. Wait, would you like something cold to drink? Come on, me don't speak English. ¿Tú tienes tomar algo frío? Oh, sí, por favor. ¿Qué clase? Really? You mean, but you, mira, you, tu negro. ¿Tú no sabes inglés? No, me no speak English. Yo negro, sí, por favor, but no English. No. ¿Tu camira? ¿Tú tienes tu camira? ¿Qué clase? ¿Qué tú quieres? ¿Qué tú quieres? Camila. Pollo? Papa's pollo? You want chicken and potatoes? Pollo tropical? You don't speak English. Darker than and can't speak English. Come in and sit down. Come in here and sit down. Ven aquí, siéntese aquí, por favor. Ven aquí, siéntese. You don't speak. I mean, you're darker than me. You don't speak. Ven aquí, ven. Siéntese aquí. ¿Tú siesta? ¿Tú siesta? Judah. Caught up in Spain. Caught up in Spain. Don't know their name. Latin. Think they're Esses. You would be. Read and see. Deuteronomy 28:56 said what?
The tender and delicate woman among you, which would not adventure to set the sole of her foot upon the ground for delicateness and tenderness, her eyes shall be evil toward the husband of her bosom, and toward her son, and toward her daughter.
That's what it says, yeah. Let me repeat that. The tender and delicate woman among you, which would not adventure to set the sole of her foot upon the ground for delicateness and tenderness, her eye shall be evil toward the husband of her bosom, and toward her own son, and toward her daughter. Is that what I said? Of delicateness and tenderness. Go to the next one. Go to John chapter 9, verse 27. It says, as in September 27. John 9:27. You see it?
Yeah.
He answered them, I have told you already, and ye did not hear. Wherefore would ye hear it again? Will ye also be his disciples? That's you would be. That's what I'm reading. You would be. Second John chapter 1. 2 John chapter 1, verse 12. Having many things to write unto you, I would not write with paper and ink, but I type now on a computer, on a laptop, and on a cell phone, and I trust to come unto you, speak face to face on you, on a video, on a recording, on YouTube, Facebook, and that our joy may be full. Well, I do it with joy, make it a mess. May be full, make a mess. Isn't that what it said?
Yeah.
Now you was about to go to something, as I told you. You went to the ESS. You're supposed to go to SCMESS. Mess. Go to MESS. Because they forgot the name. Who? Pamela Green, Sandra Blue, Sylvia Gray, Ralph White, Gwendolyn Black, Shirley Brown. You think your name is Brown, Red. You think your name is Colors. And here you are colored. Why you think your name became a color? Because you're colored. They call you colored. It's a colored water fountain. Colored only. Colored in the back of the bus only. Colored, a colored bathroom. A colored bathroom. I need to go to the bathroom. What's a bathroom? It's a colored bathroom. You go to the colored bathroom, and your slave master went to the white restroom. The restroom. You went to the bathroom. They went to the restroom, and they went there rested on your nerves and on your mind. They rested on your mind, on your nerves. Where? Way over there. You went way over there in the bushes, and they went right to the ceramic restroom, the powder room for the women. I'm going to go powder my face. I don't know how you can powder your face sitting on the toilet. That is just a mystery to me. How did the women powder their face sitting on the toilet? And when they came out, their face looked the same. Some of it looked like it was an agony because of what they went through on the toilet. Dunghill. You put it in MESS? We got mess, didn't we? How you put it in? See? Put it in from left to right. Why? Because your name is Brown. Your name is Brown. Your name is white, green, red, yellow, black. Try it different this time. Put it in from right to left and see what you come up with. You have SSEM?
Yeah.
Okay, click on that. And let's see where it takes you. Let's see, it should take you someplace. I'll take you there. You would be. You would be. It's a staple singer. I'll take you there. You staple it? What you have? How many times?
0.
That's a lie. You change the truth of God into a lie. You see 0 up there. Why? Because you got it from right to left. Don't you? They don't want you to go from right to left. In order to get, you got to go from left to right. Why? Because they don't want you to make a mess. See, they don't want you to make a mess because they don't want you to uplift yourself. So they put it back from right to left so you don't lift yourself up and present yourself and become a tribute. So when you go from right to left with SSEM, you don't see nothing. You see, you can't see nothing. You can't see nothing. Especially with me. Take out the M and put an E there. Go back and take out. Huh? You took out the M and you put an E there. Now click it. You got SSEE. Now click it. Can you see? No. Why can't you see? Because the serpent beguiled you. That's why you can't see. The serpent beguiled you. Did you know that? You can't see. You can't see it. You were naked. Go back to your SSEE and separate the two S's and see if you can see now. Huh? Oh. Let's see if you can see without that. You can? Okay. Now here's the mystery. Genesis chapter 2, verse 19, that says what? And out of the ground the Lord God formed every beast of the field and every fowl of the air, and them unto Adam to see what he would call them. And whatsoever Adam called every living creature, that was the name thereof, that you cannot see. And when you look at this sea, how many times it says in the Bible?
632 times.
632 times. Found in the reference under the Hebrew reference H 7200. Is that right?
Yeah.
7200, which happens to be the same year that Pamela Green, Sandra Blue, Gwendolyn Black, Shirley Brown, Sylvia Gray graduated from high school in 72. Along with me, ME, 1972. And when you look up, with no etymology, when you look up H7200, it says to look, inspect, perceive, consider, to have vision, to look at, gaze at, to appear, and look, present oneself. That comes from mess. Present oneself. And yet you ain't making a mess to present yourself so you can be able to see and perceive what you think is invisible. It's actually visible. Why? All I did was put the S there instead of the M, and you couldn't see it. Why? Because your name. You can't see your name. Why? Because Adam called you. That's why Adam called you to make a mess, but you couldn't see it. Go back to the obedience again. Go back to Genesis chapter 2, verse 19. I'm reading it again. And out of the ground the Lord God formed every beast of the field and every fowl of the air, and brought them unto Adam to see what he would call them. And whatsoever Adam called every living creature, that was the name thereof. That was the name, Name, thereof. That was the name thereof. So what was the name? Hidden in the mess. It was hidden in the mess. It was hidden in the MESS, but you're looking at MESS. Instead of looking at SESSEM. I go back to your search box and put back the M with the E where the E was. Don't put the S's back together. Just put back the M with me. See, now you look from right to left, you got me. Me is going to make you see. Me is with the S with the sun. Me, the sun, will make you see. Your what? Your name. Did you hear me? Yeah. Me is going to make you see your name, but your name is not green. Your name is not blue. Your name is not brown. Your name is not silver. Your name is not black. Your name is not white. Your name is not Roundtree. Your name is not Dogtree. Your name is not Smith. It's not Thompson. It's not Young. It's not Old. Your name is not Patowski. Your name is not Lewowski. Your name is not Paper Towel. Your name is what it is. Whatever Adam called you, that's what your name is. From who? From Sem. And they left out the H and took you to hell. Click on that. You should have S space SEM.
Mm-hmm.
Click on it. Let's see if we can get a name for you. Don't tell me it only shows up one time.
Mm.
Don't you tell me that. Don't tell me that's in the Bible. And don't tell me who he was the son of. In fact, since he was the son of someone, then someone else named him.
Mm-hmm.
Click on it. It's G4590, isn't it?
Yeah.
And tell me now, don't tell me what the name, the meaning of it is. Don't you dare tell me what it is. Don't you dare tell me what the name meaning of that is in Greek that he gets from Hebrew. What is it? Name. You don't know what the name, whatever, that's the name thereof. Whatever Adam called, that was the name thereof. What? Sem. What made a mess out of you from right to left? From left to right. You are a mess. You're supposed to be a mess. Hmm? Someone say something? What's your name? It's a mess. Isn't that what it says? So what they do? Left out the H. It tells it come from Greek. It come from Hebrew. I go to Hebrew H8035 and see if it has the same meaning. Because it's Shem. It's Shem from the east. You come from the east, not the west. West is in sin. Sin's in the west. Shem is in the east. You got it? H8035?
Shem.
What is it? What's the meaning of it?
Name.
The name. That whatever Adam called every living creature, even those that walk with 2 feet, that was the name thereof. Name, who? Shem was a mess. Look at that etymology. Look at H8034. Should take you to fame and glory. It's your reputation.
Okay.
The name as designation of God. Memorial. What's your name? Kunta Kinte. Your name is Toby. Kunta Kinte. Toby. No, Kunta Kinte. Sem. No, Shem. I say your name is Sem. Shem is a mess. No, it's not. It's a mesh. It's a mesh. They made you the wrong. You got the wrong mess. You got the wrong mess. You got the wrong messenger. You had the wrong messenger. You're following false prophets. The wrong messenger. You don't know what Elijah. You don't know who Elijah is. Go back to Elijah. So you don't know who Elijah is. You have the wrong messenger. You have the wrong messenger. The wrong messenger. See Elijah?
Yeah.
Elijah. Yeah. The messenger. The mess. Elijah's the mess, the uplift, to be uplifted. Let's prove it. Go to Malachi chapter 3. And let's see if that's true. Go to Malachi chapter 3. Read verse 1. I'll read it. She must be and hold it. You must first be and hold on to what I'm giving you. Behold, I will send my messenger. See mess? Don't you see messes in there? Huh? And he shall prepare the way before me, M-E. And the Lord, whom ye seek, shall suddenly come to his temple, even the messenger of the covenant, whom ye delight in. Behold, he shall come, said the Lord of hosts. He shall come. messenger, click on 43, H43, 97, and see if it don't take you to messenger. Where the messenger is, even a theophonic angel. Hmm? Huh? Huh? Right?
Yeah, theophonic angel.
Theophonic angel. Now go back to your search box. You have messenger? And because you're following the wrong messenger, you type in messenger,
Okay.
you're supposed to be making a mess. Take out the MESS. You should be left with ENGER. Type in ENGER. I mean, just click it, search it. Where'd it take you? Right back to the Vulgate. Right back to the Vulgate. Because they took out, see, you from the East. So they gave you the A. But you're from the East. Don't put A. Click on it. You took you to a Vulgate. Now go back to your translate box to see what it is. See if it don't take you to an enraged anger. See, it's another form. That's Latin. Come out of her, my people. What you got? Enraged. You should have enraged. Huh? It's the same as anger. Now go back to your search box and take away the E and put an A and see if it's the same thing. Why else you think my aunt told me to read Ezekiel chapter 7 before we went into this testimony, revelation? Because he's angry. It's anger. Why? You found the wrong messenger. You found the messenger. You should be following the messenger. Yeah, you should be following the messenger without the R. Now go back to your search box where you have anger. Take out the R for rudeness and for the rudiments of this world, and put L for Elohim, and see if you don't have a different meaning. And then go to Malachi chapter 2. You have angel?
Okay.
Now look for it on Malachi chapter 2. It's there. You found the wrong messenger. The wrong messenger. You be following the messenger that's the angel of the Lord. That's what you should be following. Malachi chapter 2. I'm going to read verse 7. That says, I quote, "For the priest's lips should keep knowledge, and they should seek the law at his mouth, for he is the messenger of the Lord of hosts." Hmm? Is that what it says? You have it? Malachi chapter 2, verse 7. Did you see it?
Yeah.
Okay, is that what it says?
Yeah.
And yeah, Malachi chapter 3, verse 1. Took it right back to that, the messenger, who's also the angel. You are supposed to be making a mess. That means now go to Exodus chapter 23. You got the wrong angel. Exodus chapter 23 and verse 20 reads, I quote, Behold, I send an angel before thee to keep thee in the way and to bring thee into the place which I have prepared. Right?
Okay.
Verse 21 says, Beware of him and obey his voice. Obey his voice. Provoke him not. For he will not pardon your transgressions. For my name is in him. My name, Sim. Sim is in him. Name is in him. But if thou shalt indeed obey his voice and do all that I could speak, then I will be an enemy unto thine enemies and an adversary unto thine adversaries. For mine angels shall go before thee and bring thee into the Amorites and the Hittites and the Perizzites and the Canaanites, the Hivites, the Jebusites, and I will cut them off. Got it? But what? It's trash. Go to trash. Go to your search box. See, upside down. You make it's trash. Trash. Click on trash. Look for it. Not the King James Version. They have you thinking trash is something you're supposed to burn up. You have trash?
Yeah.
Took you. What Bible took you to? The NLT, the New Living Testament, the New Living Translation.
Yeah.
And if you click on that, it'll take you to 1 Kings chapter 14, verse 10. Actually, Psalm chapter 50, verse 17 says, For you refuse my discipline and treat my words like trash. Psalm chapter 50, verse 17.
Yeah.
All right? With trash. Like, take out the trash. So what are you supposed to take out? The trash? They have you thinking to take out the trash, which is truth and righteousness. They have you taken away the truth and the righteousness. So what do? They take away the words and leave you with the TR and put that in front of ash. Yes, they did. Go back to your search box. You got trash? TR? That's truth and righteousness. So they took it away. So take it away. Take away the TR. They took it out of you. You think it's trash. Tell me something you left with ash. And you are the tree. You are the ash tree. See, they got you smoking, even weed, you smoking bushes. You're smoking nature. You're going out and smoking plants that, it said herb is good for food to eat, not to smoke. You can, you're supposed to be eating cabbage and lettuce and spinach and turnip greens and mustard greens, not smoking it when it's all dried up. You are a tree. So when you smoke it, then you put it in an ash tray. Huh?
Yeah.
Write that down. Write down ASH space TRAY. Some don't even put in the ashtray smoking cigarettes. Excuse me, you got an ashtray? You know, and then somebody got to say, "School, you don't smoke in here." Oh, you got to go outside. Oh, hand me that ashtray. I'm light up a cigar. I speak the truth. Hmm? All you did was take away the TR. See, you took away the TR. They took away TR, and they put it in front of the AY. They give you a tray. You have ashtray there?
Yeah.
Put in the search box, ashtray. Yeah, I mean, it's separated. You know, ash and then tray. Right? Click on it. What Bible is it located in? Ain't in no Bible. So why you want an ashtray? You want an ashtray, it ain't in the Bible. All right, take away the ash. Just put the tray. Let's see if the tray is in the King James Version. At least you want a tray, maybe that's in the King James Version Bible. Just put tray. That's in there? So why you want a tray? It's not in the Bible. Go back and take out the AY and put EE. You found that? Hmm?
Yeah.
Oh. You got tree? Oh, well, at least that's in the Bible. But it still don't mean you smoke it. You're not supposed to smoke trees. My Arb is doing enough of that in California right now. He burned them up. He even have a fire tornado yesterday. A tornado made out of fire. So it's the last days, end of the world. You have tree. Okay, put ASH in front of tree now on the left side. That means you have ash tree. Let's see if you have ash tree in the Bible. You got ash tree? Hmm? No, separately. Ash tree.
BBE Bible.
Oh, they got a BBE, the BBC Bible. You take it right back to London. Take you right back to the slave master. Okay. And we'll take you to the BBE, the BBC Bible, BBE.
Isaiah 44, verse 14.
44:14. So you're telling me that the BBE, the BBC, the BBE and the BBC, the BBD and all those either other alphabets took you to in Isaiah chapter 44, verse 14. The ash tree. Not the ashtray, the ash tree. Okay, go back to your search box. Keep that in mind, Isaiah 44:14. So now you know what the tree is. Now you know the ash is about the TR. You take out the trash. Yeah, they took out the trash all right. Take out tree and just put ash and see what it takes you. See if we get the King James Version this time with the same chapter and book and verse.
Yeah.
Right. Same chapter, same book, same verse. Right? In fact, it said, I quote, Isaiah chapter 44, verse 14, he heweth him down cedars. See, could you see now? And taketh the cypress and the oak, which he strengtheneth for himself among the trees of the forest. He planteth an ash, and the rain doth nourish it. So what's the ash? Click on ash, so you can see the fir tree. It's a cedar. It's a tree. So they want you to take out the tree. They want you to take out yourself. You are symbolizing the Bible as trees. Judging the men. So while you take out the trash, you take out yourself of true holiness and righteousness. You take out the true righteousness of yourself out of the world, only to end up in the forest. When this fire is coming, it's called a forest fire. Well, yet you're supposed to be joyous. When you take out the trash, you take away your joy. Click on it. Click on Ash. Right? Now go to H6, now click on the etymology, H675. See if you're not to be joyous.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
And see if you're not to overcome under H7442 with that etymology. And you're supposed to overcome all of this, to be overcome with joy and shout for joy. To cry aloud, that takes you right back to a mess, making a mess of yourself and rejoicing. Damn, you take out the trash and the mess. Why? Upside down. Oppositionists. You've been taught to commit suicide instead of coming to get everlasting life. And last but not least, they got you take out the garbage. Take out the garbage. They have you taking out the garbage. They do. What's the garbage? The garbage dump. Go back to your search box now and type in garbage. Hmm? You have it?
Okay.
Okay. And where it took you to?
NLT.
It's not the King James Version?
No.
Why? Then why you take out the garbage if it's not the Bible? I ask you a question. Why are you taking out the garbage every Tuesday and Friday for the county of your city to come and collect, or Monday, Wednesday? And it's not in the Bible. Not garbage. Not realizing that you're taking out yourself. You're taking out yourself of your old age and what you're wearing today in purple. They have you think it's rags. You go back to the search box. So you have to come out of her. You still reading from left to right. The opposition is. I said take out the garbage. I didn't say take out the trash. I didn't say take out the mess. So you have it? You spelled it? Garbage. Is that correct? Follow my instructions. You have Garbage. Is that right? All right, now go put a space and type in RAG. Right? And then that's going to eliminate the GAR from left to right. Now you have from right to left GAR with RAG. Put an S after that. Right?
Yeah.
And put a B after that. And then put space. You put space? Put RAGS space B space AGE. Because I'm not going to have you write BAG. Now you got rags, BH, don't you?
Yeah.
Click on it. Where it took you. Huh?
No, brother.
Okay, take out, go back. Because it don't exist without the age. See, the age is endless. You don't have no age. How could you become B and you have an age? No age. Ancient of days. So take out the B and the age and just type in rags. Leave in rags and see would they have you taken out every time you put it to the curb. If you kick yourself, you heard of kicking yourself to the curb? You heard of you was kicked to the curb? Garbage. The rags. Would you have rags? 4 times the Bible should be. Mm-hmm. Click on the first one, 7168 on the Hebrew. But you have to go to the etymology on the 7167. Right? Tear in pieces. You think it's rags. It's your garment. It's to rend open of heavens. To rend open of heavens. Under H7167, you thought was rags. Same thing they did to Christ during the crucifixion. They rent his garment. See, torn pieces of garment of fabric. That's just the first one. Isaiah chapter 64 tells you that it's a garment of clothing used indiscriminately. They had that under rags. That you thought was garbage, the prefix of garbage. The prefix of garbage. At the same time, you're tearing yourself away. You come together, you temper yourself together as one, as rags together, you come one, as a motto, as a nation of people. Go to H4414. This is under rags. H4414. See how you become tempered together. You have it?
Okay.
Under Mala. See under the translate on Strong's 44, 14. In the following manner you have salted at all, seasoned, and tempered together.
Yeah.
You see it? You now click on tempered together and see if it don't take you from rag, what you thought was rags, to a sweet smelling perfume. And it become pure and holy. Under Exodus 30, chapter 30, verse 35. Under Mala. You have it? You click under tempered together. Tempered together. Click on it, it's going to take you to Exodus chapter 30, verse 35. And that, you see it?
Yeah.
Okay, it says what? And thou shalt make it a perfume and confection after the art of the apothecary, tempered together, pure and holy.
Yeah.
That's come from rags to riches. I wrote a book on that, From Rags to Riches.
Yeah.
From poverty to riches. From rags to riches. Same thing.
Yeah.
Now go back to your search box. Since you got rags out of the way, now you're left with the B and the AGE. Right? So type in the B and separate it with the AGE. So you can see how long you can live at a good old age. So what you thought was garbage that you tempered together at a good old age, you thought was garbage, and you tempered together a perfume smelling good at a good old age. You take it to the trash. You take it to the curb every other day, every 3 days. You thought it was garbage. They take out the garbage. And on top of that, you ask yourself, can you take out the garbage can? C-A-N. What's a garbage can? Can you take out the garbage? Trash can. C-A-N. Only thing missing is I. They took the I out, so you think it's a can. Well, yeah, it's cane. You're supposed to be taking cane out. C-A-I-N. They left the I out and got you taking the trash can. You think it's bad. You think it's you know. They got it's opposite. It's opposite. I just showed you the opposite of trash can, garbage can. That's sweet smelling perfume. They took I out and got you to take out the can, but yes, cane. You're supposed to be taking out cane. Get cane out your mind. Get cane out your mind. Come out of her, my people. That's the good news. You have it? What does it say? Let me read the first one. Good old age.
Yeah. Genesis 15:15.
Wait, Genesis 15:15 says what? And thou shalt go to thy fathers in peace. Shalom. Thou shalt be buried in a good old age. And when you click on 78:72, right? Actually 78:69, it tells you should be gray-headed, not your name. Your name not supposed to be gray, you're supposed to be gray-headed. Your name is not gray. Your name is not green, brown, blue, gray, black, white. Your name is not Roundtree or Smith and Pepperwood. And what about people are calling themselves on Facebook today? You think some of these people's names you can eat. My name is Peanut Butter Joari. Goodness gracious. Sweetness. Anyway, I said I'd share with you the good news. That's the good news. So see, I gave you good news, bad news, and good news. The good news is there is no bad news. Yeah, there is no mess. You didn't make a mess. And you could turn it around, so you should be making a mess. Well, that's what I had to share. That's what I had to share. I thought it would be nice for me to share that.
Yes.
And I cannot record this. Well, we're gonna try and make something out of this because someone called in and they took away my screen.
What? Who called in?
Anyway, until next time, I want this to be on full screen. Anyway, shalom alaikum, and y'all stay safe.